Today's topic is a woman must hit bottom on the intoxication of hiding. Again, today's topic is a woman must hit bottom on the intoxication of hiding. If you're new here, my name is Naima. I'm the founder of the Academy for Womanhood, where we help women grow up and become unapologetic women who lead their lives based on desire's terms. And I so wish that there were more melanin dominant women who were sincere, who had been nurtured from young to be true. I so wish there were more of us. I feel I have all the emotions on the way down. Okay, I could easily hit the sadness of this, the anger of that, the frustration of that, all that. And underneath, you get to the bottom of that thing. You get to the bottom. I'm so angry. I'm so tired. I'm so sad. I'm so rageful. I'm apathetic. You get down, 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 down. And what you're going to find is desire. Do you want to get to desire, or do you prefer anger because it's more socially acceptable? You prefer sadness because then you can, men can kind of hang out with sadness and they can come in and work tirelessly to fulfill something they can never fulfill. Again, today's topic is a woman must hit bottom on the intoxication of hiding. Again, I'm Naima, if you're new here, founder of the Academy for Womanhood, where we help women grow up and become unapologetic women who design their lives based on true desires terms. I'm going to be reading from this book, same book I read from yesterday. In case you didn't see it, go ahead and screenshot it. Also, CashApp is in the description for those of you who want to say thank you. CashApp is in the description here with this video, and here on YouTube, obviously you see it right there on the screen. Thank you for liking this live stream and sharing this live stream as well. So let me read this and then we'll get into it. A woman must hit bottom on the intoxication of hiding on the illusion that she will ever find relief in running from her power. Vulnerability is the true admission of how deeply she wants the woman inside to emerge. Not the desperate theatrics of vulnerability she plays for men, but the admission that no masculine display of power will ever gratify her, including the holding out she does, the restriction, the tightness, the stoicism. This is not a woman's power. A woman's power rests in her admission of how deeply she loves and desires, how much she cares. In a masculine world, this is weakness. In a woman's world, it is power. Seeing as it is a power that trumps all the artificial forms. Let me repeat that. Seeing as it is a power that trumps all artificial forms, the good-looking artificial forms. You know the picture of what it means to be a woman? That looks so good. It's so enticing, right? Because you get all the accolades. Yeah, see, woman's power trumps all of it, even the sneaky, sophisticated ones. Yeah. It is the only option she truly has, unless she is going to spend her life attempting to secure partners and activities that will drain her. And from this low-powered state, harm the people in her life who would most like to see her powerful and free. Mm-hmm. I'm going to read a paragraph on the fragility game. The fragility game. Playing heavily on her fragility will lock in a man's biology. All evidence will be to the contrary in terms of how much resilience she actually has. But it is vital she maintains the illusion that he is bigger and stronger than her in order to keep his ego off balance by hooking into the biological seed of savior and protector. The mind habituates, so she will have to keep upping her incapability ante, putting herself into a trance if necessary, in order to continue to keep up the facade without her power breaking through. So we can relate this to the way how Shira 7 teaches women to always have a problem for a man, to hook him in. Like, play dumb, right? Don't ever talk about achievements. Don't ever allude to anything that would show your actual power. So play fragile, play what they say, damsel in distress. Always have a problem for him to fix or solve, to hook into the part of him that the seed and savior without actually giving him any real power. Let me continue. This is what a woman does who hates her hostage. We'll get there, okay? Wait, hold on. The mind habituates, so she will have to keep upping her incapability ante, okay? Putting herself into a trance, if necessary, in order to continue to keep up the facade without her power breaking through. She is permitted activities that are in no way associated with a direct sense of power that might threaten his sense of power. She is permitted anything maternal or caretaking. That's all she's permitted. Anything that's maternal or caretaking, yeah, see, you can do that. That's your role. She is permitted to produce, especially if she has filled his ego to the point that he has grown entitled. She can be equal in work because she is unequal in power, but she must never exceed his ability. If she does, he will protest by taking on a feminine role of lack of power. Listen, do you want your power or not? Because this is all many of you are going to do and are doing. How many of you know you're doing this? How many of you have done it? So here, that's why I said you're going to pay the price either way for power. You're either going to pay the price for being seen as all the things men are going to call you, that we see them calling us, see them calling women who are powerful, women who are true. You either going to pay the price, and you're going to be free, which means you're going to actually be fulfilled and happy. So you're either going to pay that price, or you're going to pay the price of living like this. As she talked about on this paragraph, she says, hold on. Use complaint to conceal disdain. Use complaint to conceal disdain. She will likely feel disdain toward the man she has convinced of her powerlessness. Because remember, she has to act like smaller than him to make sure he constantly feels big, because he insists that to maintain polarity, I'm the man and you're the woman, that you must act like this because you're a small, fragile thing that I must be over, and you submit to me because I'm the authority. I have the power. And because he insists, and because she refuses and is scared of life, she's been traumatized, she's been scared to show up big in the world, she agrees, and she hates it all the while. So she has convinced herself of her, she will likely feel disdain toward the man she has convinced of her powerlessness. Every woman hates her hostage. This can be concealed the hate that she has for him can be concealed through an endless stream of low-grade, unsolvable complaints. Yeah, because I'm just so sad. And he can't fix the sadness, but he'll keep trying because he wants the hit of fixing it, the hit of what he's created that he's here to do. She knows he can't fix it, but this is how she makes him pay for insisting. And it's all under the radar. And it's all in collusion. This is what's happening. Disdain, okay, hold on. This can be concealed through an endless stream of low-grade, unsolvable complaints. Disdain would be a sign of power, so it must be dispersed into the atmosphere. So, on topic of a woman must hit bottom on the intoxication of hiding. Bottom looks different for all of us. I'll give bits of how I've seen other women hit bottom, and I'll talk about my own experience with hitting bottom, with hiding. And anybody here who wants to share their experience of hiding and the hitting bottom, you're willing to share. You're welcome to share that. You can find this book on YouTube. So some of the ways that I know women hit bottom is they get sick in some kind of a way. It could be a fatal cancer is a big one. Ending up in the hospital for some kind of sickness, exhaustion and burnout and dehydration, passing out somewhere. Her body locks up. She just wakes up and she's locked. She can't walk. Her neck is locked. Her back is locked. She can't move around. This is her hitting the bottom. Okay. She has been warned. She has been warned. She's warned through the fight she's having, through the resentment she has, through the disdain that she has, the arguments, the trying to have honest conversations, trying to do things that would get her closer to power. And the man comes in and clinches and says no. And then he also hits at her biology, because men know that's one way to get women to freeze and to feel fear and to bend to his will is by hitting her mothering. You're not a good mother. You're not, because women's all the feelings about not being a good mother. He'll hit at her body. If she has issues and insecurities with her body, that's why you're overweight. Yeah, that's why that's why you're trying to lose weight. See, you stress, you're gonna go do that, and then you're gonna get stressed and you're gonna gain weight. You already don't like your body, and right? He's gonna hit at all these biological, the same way she's gonna hit at his biological thing, just different, and they are together just bumping, and it's all happening underneath. They'll cooperate inside of the roles because he insists, and all the while, she is gradually making her way to the bottom. Gradually. And then she wakes up one day, and there's clues the whole while. None of this is like sudden, like she didn't see it coming. It's clues the whole while that he ignores, that he refuses, that he keeps putting under the guise of, well, that's your role as a woman. This is my role as a man. All of it is a clinching to maintain a lack of real power. So she ends up sick. She ends up collapsing. She ends up filing divorce papers out of the blue. She ends up cheating. She ends up emotionally cheating. She ends up just up and leaving. Who else wants to share here about the ways they hide, right? Now, that's a woman who's in a relationship with a man, whether they're married or they live together long term. And that's often how the variety of ways that can look like. For a single woman who's intoxicated on hiding, she keeps running from her power. She keeps herself super busy. She's probably very successful. She's hyper productive. She looks good on the outside. She gets lots of praise and respect and look like she getting the bag, right? The way she hits rock bottom, or the ways that before she hits rock bottom, she runs and keeps running from her power, especially if she has money and she travels a lot. That was me. It's one of the ways that she runs. Because she has the money to do this, okay? She in a different fucking country every 3 weeks. She's all over the damn place. She's super busy. She's doing a lot. Like this woman works. So that's why I say on the outside, it looks good because she's very busy. She got 7 projects going on. She over here, over that. But deep down, she's running from that deep, incontrovertible pull that would make her a hot magnet. That would make her a real force in the world. That would have people either love and want to be close and help and serve, or want to kill her, hate her, want to keep her away. Don't be like, don't be like her. Don't be like her. Okay, she's running from that power, which is the elixir, the nutrient water, the nourishment that she actually wants, most wants, her highest self wants. So this is all the clues of a woman who's running and hiding. She's busy all the time. So busy, we're to the point oftentimes she doesn't even take care of her hygiene well at the end of the day, because she will work herself until she is dead, dog, tired, and collapses at the end of the day. Because she doesn't want any reminder of her actual power. So she answers the phone immediately. She answers all her phone calls. She's just involved because she wants to keep herself up. And also she plays in the upper realms of spirituality. That's another indicator of a woman. Like she plays in the upper realms where the power is limited. So she's ascended, because she's up here, because I'm ascending, because she never wants anything that's going to bring her down into her body. So these are all the clues, okay? How she hits rock bottom is she also can have some kind of sickness. I literally collapsed. I went for a jog because remember, she's always busy. She's always doing something. I collapsed in the south of France after being there for a week after coming from where? Indonesia. Just busy. All over the place. I'm busy. Girl, I'm so busy. Girl, I'm so busy. What you doing? Yeah, girl. Hold on, my phone ringing. Hold on, other call coming. How you doing? Girl, I'm on the other line. Busy, hyper, busy all over that. After going for a jog on the pier in the south of France, I got back to my Airbnb, sat on the bed, and collapsed. Yeah. See, so she can have an illness too. Couldn't move, broke out all over my chest right here for no reason. Just broke out. All right here, just broke out. Okay. Ended up having to go back to the United States, ended up having to go to the emergency room, running, hiding. I didn't want to find somebody else to do it. I don't want to do this power thing because I know what happens with women who are in real power, just like y'all do. Because we know what's going to get us praise and accolades. We know how to appeal to the male ego. We know how to fake submission and smile and be hating him the whole time. We know how to do all of that. And we will do that until we hit the bottom. And we get a chance to do it all over again. So, what's been the bottom for you? What's been the bottom? Apathetic? You just can't, you forgot what you even like. Well, what do I even like? Just numb. It's almost like you don't even feel nothing. I don't care. 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 I want to emphasize something. I need to pull back. Anybody here know red witch things on TikTok? Red witch things. Shout out to red witch things. Anybody here know red witch things? She put up a post the other day that basically said women have the power. It's just a decision. What keeps the barrier, like the barrier that keeps is the biology of the woman. And this is what I mean by biology. Many women want to have kids. Yes. Women want to look good. Women want to connect, love, play. They want to be true. They want to be their authentic selves. And when a woman is that, those things, she has the kids and really has the kids on her terms. Because a lot of women want children, but they don't want marriage. But they think the only way to get children is to get married. Or like that, and I shouldn't say it's the only way. They think that's the respectable way. Like people are not, they're going to be looked down on if they give birth to children without doing marriage. Women want to look good. Women want to play. Women want to love for real. Like true love, not all the manufactured stuff. And what has prevented us for millennia from doing this is that men of old decided a long time ago to use violence to tear away at everything that had a woman be natural. Tear away at it. Tear away. We're wise naturally. Women are very wise naturally. We don't even have to live to become wise. No, what happens is we're already wise, but it gets shunned out of us. It gets shamed and shunned out of us at young. The way you dance, the way you look, what you actually want, how you move, everything. This is deep and it can become layered. What I appreciated and what I want to point to with Red Witch thing saying it's just a decision, which I've constantly said. The entrainment of fear and hitting at the woman's body. Let me repeat, the entrainment of fear and hitting at the woman's body, which is where her intelligence is. In a man's world, the intelligence is here. In a woman's world, the intelligence is down here, which is why pretty much all women are disconnected from their bodies. Because as soon as a woman hooks into this, you can't tell her nothing. She knows. She knows without even using this. This is the tool in a masculine world. This is the tool in a feminine world. The part of you that just knows. You just know. You don't need to go pray about it, meditate. You don't need to go talk to the ancestors. You don't need to go ask your mama, go talk to your friend about it. Girl, what you think? This knows. But the whole order of things, that the false order that men have created to have us live the fruits that we're living in right now. We're living in this fruits because women's power has been repressed. Men's real power has been repressed too. But a man only knows his power through a woman. A woman knows her power without a man. She doesn't need a man to know her power. A man only knows his power with a woman. He only knows it through her. But the teaching that men have taught men of today, men think that they are the power. Can you imagine? So then what happens is, here, she says it right here in the book. Let me see if I can find it quick. Make him believe all ideas are his. We know this, right? This is a lot of our moms and grandmoms told us this, right? Baby, just let him think it's his idea. You know that male ego. Men must be the focal point of the world. She can come up with the ideas, but she must give them to him and have him think they were his. Or she can simply attribute them to a man. Religion is always a good cover. So you just you want to you can't say it or right. You see that? You have to shroud it in religion. Well, the Bible says, well, or you use his ideas to and then insert yours. Look, all the trickery. And then when women do it, they call them what they call what's that serpent, Satan. See, because Eve was that. But see, when we say it to you straight, when we're honest, when we speak to you from our whole body, you don't like it. That's not being a woman. This is how men have been trained too, but they actually believe it. They actually believe it. But that's how you hook a person. They can't know that they've been hooked in the mind. They have to think it's their idea. So in a man's world, this is law. In a woman's world, this is law. And so because things have been so flipped now, and the woman thinks that this is wild when you actually know. Now the woman takes, and how men have it, now you're supposed to take and submit yourself to a thing that doesn't even know itself without your presence. Is that the wildest fucking thing? It doesn't even know itself without your presence, but you're supposed to submit yourself to it. Any thinking women, this is what I mean. Women know this even when they are cooperating with the system. Yes, you my king, cooking, playing all the role. They know it, but this is why they never really respect him. They're just playing the role. It's not the respect and reverence that would bring about her power that would then truly feed his power. That's why he's constantly trying to get power. Because he's not getting it from her because he insists that she not be in any real power. That's why they want another wife. That's why they cheat. That's why they want more women. That's why they're constantly out here searching. When if they just was in actual power with this woman, their relationship could be clean. What keeps all of y'all hiding, hooked, is being out of the relationship with this, going to this. That's one. So how many of y'all have say, I ignore my body and I go to my head, and then I rationalize and I talk myself out of it. Okay, let's go to the rational mind. She has a piece right here. Exalt production and the rational. Exalt production and the rational. It's wise to have a man place his worth in production. Man, black man, melanin dominant man, I want you to know. It's all a con, sir. It's all a con. But if you prefer the con, just know that you prefer the con. You prefer the con. Because the alternative is, because even here, hold on, let me finish reading this. It's wise to have a man place his worth in production and all things based in the world of appearances, so he is not tempted to descend into the world of invisible power. And I'll add to that, make sure he sees descent as lowly, as not being a man. Because as soon as a man perceives something as weak, as low, as inferior, you can guarantee he's not going to go there, which means you can guarantee he will never be in any real power. So make sure he only sees manhood and power as exalted things, as production, work, make money, look good, uphold. That's how you make sure he's never in any power. Ensure that if he does descend, it's through spiritual methods, that dismiss women, cold, that dismiss women and arrows so that the workings of feminine power are never revealed. Have all things rational be exalted. You're so smart. You my king. He gonna eat it up. And we know it, right? He gonna eat it up. Then what? Go make him a sandwich, suck his dick. Done and done and done. And he's never really at peace. He can't put his hand on it, but he's never really at peace. There's a way that he wants to like stay separate from her in a way. In instances, or he wants to latch on and make sure she never does anything that deals in any real power. Why don't y'all just deal in real power? Have all things rational be exalted, like science, so that he has a sense of control over his environment and a means of dismissing the invisible. Oh, bitch. Cold, bitch. Plain sight, and the nigga can't see. It's in plain sight, and he can't see. Women's appearances are vital as a means of distraction from what is actually occurring. It is important, though, to create a world of appearances and then complain about objectification. This includes the deliberate rejection of appearance standards as a means of managing activation of power, as well as selling the disguise of happy. Is y'all picking up? Did you pick that up? Did you catch that? I'll repeat. It is important, though, to create a world of appearances and then complain about objectification. This includes the deliberate rejection of appearance standards as a means of managing activation of power, as well as selling the disguise of happy. See, y'all know this. Men don't know. The men who are watching this, they're coming to know. And you're going to have a choice to deal in actual power or continue the lie. It's very black and white. Happy is associated always with prey and never with power. Spend the most focus on low-grade ways of appearing happy. Smile. Spend the most focus on low-grade ways of appearing happy. Oh, girl, you look good. Seething inside. Oh, look at you. Oh, playing with the kids. You're such a good mom. Smiles are necessary. I just said, look, I didn't even know that was coming. Smiles are necessary unless she is part of the counterculture. This shit is cold. Smiles are necessary unless she is part of the counterculture that upholds the culture of being angry when a man tells you to smile. Because this shit shows up in all kinds of, you have to make sure you're showing your, no, I'm not smiling, nigga. This is a great way to hide that the happy woman was her creation. Do y'all like what I'm reading? Y'all want me to keep reading? The next part is place men at the center of any competition between women. Clock it, clock it, clock it. It is absolutely vital to make men the central focus. The best way she can play out power is therefore through competition with men in the center, like highly exalted soccer balls. This is the equivalent to cubs tussling. She tests out another woman's power by her lure. However, when either woman starts to feel true power, one woman must grab for the man and pull him out of the game so that all power lines are immediately cut, including his. It is absolutely vital to pull him out of play if he starts to wake up. She can use ownership as a great cover. Jealousy and broken woman fear works as well. Of course, no woman actually believes these things. They are the product of the system of hidden power, but they are great covers. It also keeps women from true collaboration or direct contact, which might bring about activation of power that cannot be turned off. Women's backbiting, withdrawal of resources, and refocusing on men must be employed immediately to prevent this climax. And lastly, I'm going to read about diverting appetite. Diverting your appetite. Don't do what you actually want to do. Do the thing that's more acceptable to do. And then come on camera and smile so you appear happy. Don't deal in any true power. You don't want him activated. You're not activating because we're a happy family. Listen, go talk to God about it. God. Diverting appetite. Because a woman's appetite is her power, because a woman's appetite is her power, but no, don't have no appetite, because that's not ladylike. That's not a woman. Men not gonna like you if you do that. When actually a turned on woman is highly magnetic. Because a woman's appetite is her power, it must be managed at all costs and must be fed with things that divert her appetite. Are you feeling what I'm reading? Are you just hearing me, or are you feeling? I'm going to repeat. Because a woman's appetite is her power, it must be managed at all costs. It must be fed with things that divert appetite. The safest arenas are food, which is why so many of us are overweight, spirituality, and relationships, as these all funnel the electricity of power into areas that can easily consume it. Do you want to be in a relationship with women who are dealing in real power? We just had a powerful meeting this past Monday in my women community. We broke some shit. And we ain't even started. It's just the beginning. I'm going to be hosting an impromptu womanhood initiation this Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific. If you are ready for this kind of power that I'm talking about, if you're ready to no longer hide, and you need community, maybe you've already done as much as you're going to do by yourself, because there's a place for this solo game we like to play. You've already done all what you're going to do by yourself. Now you're ready to be in a relationship with women who are dealing in real power. You need to come to my womanhood initiation. This is your gateway into my woman community. The woman community is $99 a month. If you're financially struggling, if you're not prepared to invest $99 a month, if you cannot maintain $99 a month, do not come to this womanhood initiation. It is very expensive to work with me privately, and I intentionally made this affordable so women could have access. If you can't afford $99, just no, don't come. Okay? This is when I say expensive, I mean this in ways that money can't even pay for. So the very fact that I'm giving you access to working with me at $99 a month is a huge gift. You need to make sure you can commit to your $99 a month. This will change your life at fundamental, body-based, real power levels. And we're actually reading right now in the community. This is volume 4. She has multiple volumes, and the women are picking which volume they want to read. Because there's another volume on tumescence. There's another one on, I think, orgasmic meditation. There's another one. And so I'm choosing to read this one, and we're we partnered up, and folks are bringing their experience because we are getting further faster. This is the practice we're engaging in my woman community. Getting further faster. If you are ready to get further faster, I repeat, if you are ready to get further faster and you worked alone enough and you are ready for structure, accountability, love, authentic expression, being unapologetically expressed in the world, creating the content you really care about, sign up for my Womanhood Initiation. Go to the link in my bio, click Womanhood Initiation Waitlist. Click Womanhood Initiation Waitlist and put yourself on the waitlist. Practically nobody is talking to y'all and teaching you and giving you the tools and the community to come into your true power. Your true power, your full power. I'm one of the very few. This is very, very rare. And it's becoming more and more and more because of the work I'm doing with my community, because of women like Nicole, and because women like Miss Stevens, I can't remember her name. I think she lives in Houston. We're dealing in true power. It's happening. A lot of it is happening behind the scenes. It's happening subtle. The women in my community right now, all of us right now are focusing on coming into this right here. Well, most of us are, because all of us are working on different things, but because your intelligence and power as a woman is here. This is why the men of old defiled this. They shamed this. This is why so many women are overweight. They're tight. They clench. They're scared. And what they do, they go up here. And everything is now linear and rational. They become hyper vigilant, high anxiety, and they can't pinpoint it because they're disconnected from the neck down. This is all disconnected. And everything is performative. It's make sure they look good. Feminine. Hello. This is it. Or look like a boss bitch that's getting to the bag and niggas ain't shit. And I don't need a nigga. And then it won't whoop. Fuck these men. Because I'm the motherfucker. But all of these ranges of being neck up, ignoring this right here, overeating, just can't seem to lose weight. Losing weight is easy. Losing weight is easy. If you're like, man, and not for me, I've been struggling. Yeah, you disconnected from this. Completely disconnected. Compulsive focus. Let me repeat the last sentence to pick us up where we left off. The safest arenas are food, spirituality, and relationships, as these all funnel the electricity of power into areas that can easily consume it. Compulsive focus in these 3 areas drain nearly all arrows from a woman's system while concurrently having her feel less than attractive and shameful with respect to true arrows. Most forms of spirituality are in direct opposition to women's power of arrows, with precepts against it. And women's relationships are based on an arrows smothering love, unless it is being employed to secure the love relationship. To paraphrase, a lot of the spirituality that folks are living, it is entirely against the actual fullness of a woman. Like I said yesterday, if your sexuality is not in the front, it's a fraud. It's partial. If the communication that's happening here is not in the front, it's partial. It's incomplete, which means you're going to fill it in with performance, with fakeness, with trying to appear feminine, trying to appear good, with trying to appear decent and together and responsible and so how does one bring themselves up out of bottom? Remember, bottom is you have become sick. For those of you who are constantly talking about, I'm so sick of this, I'm so sick of this, I'm so sick of him, I'm so sick of society, I'm so sick of them talking shit about Black women, I'm so sick of this shaming our bodies, I'm so sick of men doing this, I'm so sick of the government, I'm so sick of this, I'm so sick of this, I'm so sick of it. For those of y'all who are sick, for those of y'all who are constantly talking, I'm so tired of these people, I'm so tired, I'm so tired. Correction, 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 correction. For those of you who quietly walk around with disdain, engaging in projects that ensure you never activate any real power. Staying in relationships that ensure that nothing ever gets activated in you. I had a conversation with a woman last week who signed up for one of my programs, who collapsed earlier this year and ended up in the hospital, exhausted, dehydrated, overworking, 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 ignoring this. She was at the bottom. If you find yourself spending hours of your life on TikTok or all the social medias, how do you bring yourself up and out of that? First of all, do you want to? Or does that feel safer? You need to answer these questions honestly. Does it feel safer to be tired? Does it feel safer to be sad? Does it feel safer to be busy, hyperproductive? Does it feel safer to wait? Sit, wait, sit and wait. Does it feel safer to be mad, apathetic? Does it feel safer to be overweight? Does it? Does it feel safer to play small? Genuinely safe, though. Genuinely safe. Does anybody want to answer me? You got to fill into this. And depending on how much you inhabit your body, this may or may not be a challenge for you. You're not going to go anywhere if in your heart you don't want to go anywhere. Sense that it feels neglectful. You're not going to go anywhere. Like what I'm getting ready to say, I may not even say it. We'll see. If in your heart you have decided that you're going to stay small, you're not going to go anywhere. If you have told yourself a story as to why you have chosen that path and you are convinced of that story, you aren't going anywhere. No matter, I can tell you about 50 other women that took this path to freedom. If in your heart you don't really want to go, you're not going. Even if the part of you that knows, because a woman always knows, no matter how much she feigns sadness and powerlessness in order to activate as a form of distraction the man so that no real power ever gets dealt with. Even when she's playing and doing all that, she knows. If you know that so the question is, do you want your full power? What would you be doing differently? Let's get that answer first, because maybe not. I've read, I've shared. Maybe that's enough for today. Can it feel safer, yet we want to leave that space? Of course. If that's true, it's true. Does anybody have any questions? What I'm going to say is pointless. I have a feeling that what I would say is pointless considering the quiet that's going on here now. So I won't say it. I will take questions if there are any. Any questions? This is deep stuff. This is happening worldwide. This is not just Black women. This is not just American women. This is worldwide. The divine feminine, the real divine feminine, is rising. And we don't even have to say divine feminine. The feminine is divine, period. And men are gripping. Let's use white people as an example. We see how much white people is gripping, losing their shit, doing everything and everything to maintain what they got. Men are doing the same. Gripping, scared. They want to maintain a false sense of power. It's false. And the thing about it is, they would get the power they actually want if they were with women like me. They would get the power they actually want. The power they keep like trying to manufacture. There you go. Good that you can admit that. How do you begin to train your body to feel your way through it? So, my own all energies process, it works, it's proven. I've marketed it quite a bit here on TikTok. It's free. You can go to the link in my bio right now and get it. It's called Own All Energies. It's a video of me in there, and running you through the exercise of owning all energies, which is basically bringing you to the intelligence of your body. It's there for you right now. Go to the link in my bio, it's there. Own all energies. It's going to help you start to come home to your body and own all energies. And I use grape in there because I know that's a big one for women. Just because this is what men have used for millennia to entrain women in fear, to get us to disconnect so we operate from here up and only do maternal things, nothing that would activate real power. So they have used rape, other forms of violence, they have used beheading, they have used hanging, they have used assault, they have used berating her, removing resources. That's why men use that as a way to control. You don't want to act right? We're removing these resources. That has been a tool for millennia to get women to comply. It's nothing new about that. And this is why some men don't want their women to work. Yesterday I was on here live and a woman said her husband told her she's not allowed to start a business. That's why some of them don't want their woman to work, because they know as long as she's not working. A woman acts very differently when she makes her own money. Men know that. She's much more agreeable. She's much more likely to bend to your will. Everything when she knows she has no money. She's literally depending on you for food and housing, basic things. And that's how a lot of men want it. Own all energies. Daily things we can take to get closer to us getting turned on. Come into your body first. So the own all energies is not here, but you can go to it. The website is naimasingletary.com/own all energies. I will make sure it gets placed there later today. Own naimasingletary.com/own all energies. So I want to speak to this, the way you worded this question. Then somebody said, okay, good, good. Hello, 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 hello. This person who said, what are daily things we can take to get closer to us getting turned on? So that's very much, even the way you frame that question is a masculine mind, because the masculine mind, he gathers resources. This is how he fills himself. This is how he gets things. He gathers resources. A woman is a resource. So he wants to take things. He wants to ingest things. He grabs from out because he doesn't actually have the power. Okay. He has the power that the man has as far as physical and working and being a thinking thing, but he doesn't have the feminine power that powers all things. Okay. So you're not, to this person who said, you don't take something as a woman. Okay. We're not taking something. So like how women who are not neck up and are not, they have to take things to get their libido up. You got to drink this. You got to take. When her libido is inside, when she comes home to her body, coming home to your body activates real power. And a lot of women are in relationships where they know they can't activate real power, so they have to employ the masculine way of consuming juices and herbs and elixirs to activate something that already exists in her. So you come home to your body as a woman. There's no shortcut to this. There's no like, well, I don't want to do that, so I'll do this kind of thing. Well, you can't trick the universe. You can't trick yourself into thinking that you're dealing in power. All you're going to do is create confusion for yourself by trying to cross your own system, and you just crossing your own wisdom and intelligence. You can't trick this. You can't fool this. You're only fooling yourself. You're only lying to yourself. Come home to your body. My own all energies process is the way. If you're watching me right now and you want to work privately with me, that is an option. There is a link. There is an option. If you go to the link in my bio on TikTok, there's 6. Click the link, and at the bottom, there's an application you can complete to work with me privately. Prices range from $10,000 to $100,000 plus. So if you're not prepared to work, if you don't know I'm the one, if you're still doubting, you need to buy one of my products, Heal Your Witch Wound, Shadow Gold. All of that is in the link in my bio. If you know, because when a woman knows, she knows. If you know, then I'm going to want to help you. If you know you want to work with me privately, and it's like you're not trying to fuck around and you're prepared to invest, I invite you to complete the application. Go to the link in my bio. At the very bottom, because there's 6 options, at the very bottom, there's an application for you to complete. Okay? Yeah, own all energies. Uh, that person there, his name, I'm not sure what that is. Own all energies. You want to employ own all energies. All right, Sin. I look forward to seeing your face on Sunday. Any other questions? We're not fooling anybody. I'll close with this. The heaven on earth, and everybody has their own idea of heaven on earth. Okay. The euphoria that you're often looking for when you're consuming sugar, when you're traveling, when you're looking for love, when you are, all the things that we do to get the feeling, the things we grab at, the way we try to manufacture joy, the way we constantly going for dopamine hits on social media, you know, and for those of us who think globally, who care globally, for those of you who are, you think about what's going on with the climate, you have a heart for the millions of hungry children worldwide. For those of you who think about the way the earth is being plundered by men, when you think about saw the genocide that's happening worldwide, when you think about the tyranny, for those of you who care about this stuff, who genuinely, right, maybe you volunteered around the world, you donate money every month to different organizations to help create a better world. For those of you who truly have these issues in your heart that are of humanity, that are global, that are affecting everybody, men, women, children, animals, plants, all sentient life, okay? And you, deep in your heart, you want goodness for all. You want goodness for all. Nothing that is truly righteous, that is truly pure, that is truly sustainable, that can heal all things, reconcile all things, that can open the most tyrannical man, that can restore the most cold, fractured, bloody heart, that can bring back remembrance of possibility of who I am, of who you are, and that can bring it alive on the ground here on this earth. None of it, none of it, not global warming, not ending all the white people who go to Africa and pay top dollar to kill the strongest animals, not all the people who have hands in child trafficking, none of it. The most vehemently violent, evil, wicked atrocities that plague humanity, none of it can even begin to truly be reconciled at its root until the woman is in her full throttled, complete, all of who she is. None of it will be restored until she's true. None of it. Give it over to men. The fruit we live in now is with men as our leaders. And just like we can see very clearly that white men are losing their fucking mind to maintain their power, we see it clear as fucking day. Because they do not want to lose this false power that they've had for fucking centuries. False, fake. That many actually believe. That's the thing about when you fake and pretend and create constructs, many people will start to believe it. But they have to go into forgetfulness to believe it. Just like women have to go into forgetfulness to actually think that she's supposed to, make him think it's his idea, feed the power to him. I was guilty of that once upon a time. Go hide behind a man, feed him the power so I don't have to do it. So I don't have to meet me for real. So I don't have to get to know me. So I don't have any real responsibility as a full throttle woman. None of this shit on planet Earth is going to get fixed as long as women need to be repressed and perform femininity and just be a mother and a wife and clean this house and cook this food. You can't even see straight. A man can't even see straight unless he is with relationship with a woman who's in full. He can't even see straight. How you married? Anyway, that's it. So your fear ain't good enough. I'm scared, because we know what they do to women who come into their power. Well, that's what we living in. You hear. No man's gonna want me. Well, okay. So therefore what? You place him on, have him pay your bills and torture him under the radar and be miserable yourself? What do you suggest? What do you all think we should do? I'd love to hear. What do you think we should do? Considering all things, considering the dynamics of the world that we live in today. There's people leaving the country right now because they're afraid of the fallout of the election. Whether he win, what's going to happen, and if he lose, what's going to happen. Fearing the violence of white men. A lot of black women have given up on black men because they fear the violence of black men. And violence is not always physical. A punch, a slap, a push. Violence is I'm withholding resources because you're not acting the way I want you to act. Violence is talking about your body and saying slick shit that I know is going to hurt you to get you to comply, make you feel bad. Because you activated something in this house that's throwing off the fake power that I've created in this house. But then you want to come talk to the world about global warming, fixing the climate, the planet being plunged, tyranny all over the world, but you don't even want a powerful woman? How'd that work? How'd that work? The way Africa is conquered. The most resource-rich, potent land in all of Earth, conquered. Wait a minute, ain't you Big Daddy, Papa, Patriarch, King? How you let your land end up like that? And with all the fruits that we see around here, you still think it right and holy and divine order for women to be out of their power. Your land is conquered. Your fellow man is conquered. You scared to death that they're going to come after your children. And you still think it good and righteous and that women not be in their power? You creating escape plans and anxious, hyper-vigilant, constantly talking about the enemy and you still think it a good idea that women not be in their power. You still think it's better for us to play this idea that we were sold on what family looks like. And you bought the idea. You bought it. And reinforce it and tell all of us that's what we need to do. When you erect lies and push them out long enough and entrain violence behind people who don't comply with it, people will go into amnesia and uphold the lies. That's how white supremacy can even work. That's how it can even work. You got to forget who you are, and you have to hook into their systems, which is an energy gain. That's how your energy gets extracted. But then in the amnesia, and you start to actually believe the lie that you've been living in. And then when that shit start getting tore down, you go ahead and attack the White House the way they did on January 6th. All them grown-ass white men storming the motherfucking Capitol. Because their whole ideas is getting confronted about this false power that they live in. Niggas losing their mind, ready to kill, funneling all this money into Trump so Trump can help uphold it. You don't see Melania nowhere in sight. She hates Trump. The whole campaign last time was imagery of her pushing his hand away, snarling at people, don't want to be near him. This whole time we ain't seen Melania Trump. When last time y'all, where is she? When last time y'all seen Melania? This man running for president. She ain't nowhere in sight. I mean, she got her own foulness. We know that. Okay? The power has always been here. It ain't nothing new. Power has been here the whole time. Talking about these last days and times. We've been in the last days and times. Men have just refused, just like white men refuse. Black men have refused. And they continue to try to implore the white man's way. Like the fish trying to act like the monkey. The monkey does monkey things. The fish does fish things. Melanin dominant man of a particular power, of a particular essence. You trying to duplicate what he do. You trying to do family like he do. You trying to entrain your woman the way he entrain his women. You trying to do it how he do it. And then get mad when the rest of us don't respect you because you're trying to do it his way. And we see that you're trying to do it his way. And you want us to collude with this idea. And then you praise us the way he praises you, because that's what you're looking for, his approval. So you praise us the way he praised you when we collude with the lie very well. When we do a good job of performing the lie. And that's the good idea, huh? That's how we gonna get back to the top. That's how we gonna get back in our right place. And this whole point of the last shall be first, actually, as far as the current modern day totem pole, the woman is last. The black woman is last. On the modern day totem pole, black man is above the black woman. So if you actually believe the last shall be first, then you are also saying that the woman will be first. The black woman will be first. Or is that out of divine order? According to your method, your systems, your... Somebody said either only be with men who are good for us or be single. Yeah. So my solutions for you are, one, start with Own All Energies. If you feel called to it, it's free. You can go to the link in my bio right now and click the link. There's 6 options. You want to click Own All Energies. The link will be placed here on YouTube. If you want to go there now, it's NaimaSingletary.com/own all energies. If you want something, if you want to work with me privately, I told you the application is also there for you to submit your application. Heal your witch wound. For those of you who want something, some exercises that's going to help you start to unleash your sexual power and really get comfortable with your taboo self, okay? And you want some work, some learning from me, something that's considered affordable, Heal Your Witch Wound is your best next steps. The link to Heal Your Witch Wound, which is going to help you unleash your taboo self and gain comfort in your body as your taboo self and be unapologetic. The link is in the description and it's also at the link in my bio. Okay? Go to the link in my bio and click Heal Your Witch Wound. Okay? If you are ready for community with women who are dealing in the domain of sex power, coming home to our bodies, being in full approval of the sensation that comes through here, the intelligence that comes through here. Okay. And you're ready to become unapologetic and have a life led by true desire. Okay. Come to my Womanhood initiation. It's happening this Sunday. It's impromptu. I just decided this morning I'm going to do this. So when you go to the link in my bio, click it, you'll see Womanhood initiation. I think it's the 4th option, Womanhood initiation. And just know it's happening this coming Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific. The Womanhood initiation is free, but that is a gateway into the woman community, which is $99 a month. If you know you're not prepared to invest $99 a month, do not come to my Womanhood initiation. Okay. We're going to be on Zoom. So if you are not prepared to be on camera, on time, present, with undivided attention, in order to move through what we're going to move through, which is fear. We're together for an hour, by the way. So it's 3 p.m. and no longer than an hour, 4 p.m. Pacific time, this coming Sunday. We start to look at fear. So we start clearing those things out. And you even bringing stuff out of your mouth in the company of probably a group of women you've never been in the company of, where you have permission to bring forth who you are, your true self. Again, we're dealing in the domain of taboo, of sex power, of what we've discussed here. Okay? And what I'm discussing here all the time. So if you're ready to be seen for who you really are, you're ready to come out of hiding, you're ready to unleash your voice, and you're ready for the community love, community accountability, community support. I love it. We got some beautiful new faces. So beautiful. Just so beautiful to see everybody on screen. Then another thing you get when you come into the community is you get access to these women who maybe they live in your city and you want to do lunch together or something together. So they've already been screened in a way because they've come through my Womanhood initiation. So that's built in for you. You'll also be able to see the replays from our sessions that we've had because we meet every Monday, not every Monday. We meet the first Monday of every month. Okay, so we just had our meeting this past Monday, and all the replays are uploaded into the community. We're on a different platform where we gather. Well, we gather on Zoom, but where we gather to check in, where we are asking questions, where we're connecting, where we're DMing each other. All the replays are there. So when you come into the woman community, you also get a chance to go back and look at all the replays to glean and see what's going on and, get to know women too. It's a great way to get to know women because we're all together, on video. So we get to smell and sense and connect with each other. All that's really good for nurturing relationships. So for those of you who are sincere about nurturing relationships and really being seen and being held accountable and getting that sword of love, that sword of love. That happens inside my woman community. So if you're hungry for that, if your soul needs that, if your voice needs that, if your content needs that, if your heart needs that, if your expression needs that, I lovingly invite you to come into the Womanhood initiation. You go to the link in my bio, click it, and click Womanhood initiation. We're meeting this coming Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific on Zoom. If you can't be on time, if you can't be present, if you cannot have your camera on, please do not come. All right, so this is the last call for questions. I think I'm done. I have not eaten today. I'm going to go find myself something to eat. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for sharing the live stream. If you have found value here today, you give where you find value. My Cash App is here on the screen, as you can see it. And it's also in the description here on YouTube. So if you want to say thank you, if you have found value here today, if you plan to return to my next live streams, go ahead and put in a thank you through Cash App. All right, YouTube, I'm logging off now. See you soon.